I wish that I had never been to speech therapy? Hi guys, my name is Minka, and if you're new to my channel, don't forget to hit the red subscribe button. I make videos on stuttering support and I create vlogs. So today I just wanted to talk about whether I regret going to speech therapy or not. First off, I just want to say that I have gone to speech therapy. I went to speech therapy about 3 years ago or so, and honestly, I was really looking forward to going because I had never been to speech therapy before in my life, so it felt really, nice to think that something could help my stuttering, because I was in the Marine Corps at the time, and it was just something that I just didn't want to deal with my stuttering, especially in the Marine Corps when you have to talk a lot, you have to be really loud and everything. And so I did the speech therapy. I went, and I did learn one technique that really helped me, and I'll link the video, or I'll put the link to the video in the description box from that certain technique that really did help me. But otherwise, honestly, I can't really say that speech therapy, it didn't really help me that much. I didn't really feel super better about myself or anything. I'm glad I know this technique, but I don't feel like I would want to go to speech therapy again, just because it didn't really make me feel that confident and didn't really make me feel that good. And there is definitely nothing wrong with speech therapy at all. Honestly, I definitely don't think that there's anything wrong with it. If you feel like you want to go to speech therapy, then by all means, please do it. But I think it can be very good for confidence reasons, for just raising your self-esteem. Again, though, it depends on the person, because I've known some people who stutter who say that it did the opposite, and it actually lowered their self-esteem, which is not that good too, because you want to feel good about yourself, especially when you do stutter. And I did enjoy speech therapy for a bit, I honestly did, but after a while I just realized it wasn't really for me. I realized it just made me feel different in not a good way. The whole point of the speech therapy was just to take away your stuttering, make it seem like it's something that needs to be fixed. I don't like to think of stuttering as something that necessarily needs to be fixed, unless it's really affecting your life in multiple negative ways and you're getting really depressed about it. But just for me personally, it wasn't something that I would want to continue doing. And I have had so many messages since I have started my channel about people who have gone to speech therapy and it didn't do anything for them, or if it did, their stuttering was never cured because there's no cure for it. I will say though that speech therapy can benefit you if you want to learn more fluency techniques and things like that, which can be great too. So it's not something that I would not recommend at all. But just for me personally, I wouldn't feel the need to go to speech therapy on a regular basis, honestly. So, but I am glad that I did go there that short time for a few appointments. So all in all, no, I do not wish that I had never been to speech therapy, because I think it was good to experience it and just see what it was kind of all about. And one thing too is I realize if a speech therapist or a speech pathologist, if they've never stuttered or anything, because I know that there are some people who stutter out there who they just all of a sudden stop stuttering 100%. But there's also those speech and then they become speech therapists. But then there's also those who are speech therapists who have never stuttered, so they don't really know what it's like psychologically, because a lot of stuttering is actually it's not just like the physical of being not able to say a word, but there's so much like mental stuff that goes on in your mind too when you're trying to get out words, and it can make you very depressed. And I don't know if a lot of speech therapists, if they know so much about that. I mean, I think some do. Because now that I think about it, I think that my speech therapist, she did say like if I needed to go see a counselor for depression regarding my stutter or anything like that, then she could definitely recommend one to me. So I don't think that was an issue of any kind. One thing I'm really glad that my parents did is when I was younger and I stuttered, They never took me to a speech therapist because usually those things, they stay on your record for life. I probably would not have been able to join the Marine Corps if I did have stuttering on my record, because sometimes the military, they can be really strict with those types of things. So I went to speech therapy while I was in the Marine Corps, so that did not affect anything. But if I would have gone when I was younger, before I joined the Marine Corps, then that might have caused some issues regarding me being able to join the military. And it's funny because while I was in the Marine Corps, there was actually a guy who I knew, and he was actually going to the same speech therapist as me. And he had a lisp and a stutter from a traumatic brain injury that he had. And we were talking about it. It was interesting because he told me the same thing, that he was going to speech therapy for a bit, and he decided to stop going also because he just didn't like how it made him feel, and it wasn't really doing anything for him. So he didn't feel like it was serving him in any way, so he stopped going. And also, I believe also was because he didn't like the speech therapist that we had as well, who, I mean, she was a nice person, but I really got the feeling that she didn't really know what it was like to be someone who stutters, and she was just like doing her job, you know, like what she had to do. And you know, she was having me do all of these different exercises and stuff. And it wasn't really for me. So yeah, it was really interesting talking to this guy who had literally seen the same person and was literally going through the exact same thing as me. Anyway, I'm very happy that I did go though. And when I was in the Marine Corps, they were very supportive about me going to speech therapy. No one said anything. One of my higher ups though, sometimes he kind of would make me feel a little guilty because when I went to speech therapy, I was going once or twice a week, and I would have to miss work. That was a hard thing for one of my higher ups, and it was another reason why I stopped going to speech therapy, was because it just really made me nervous when I would go to speech therapy, because I knew that he didn't really want me to go because he thought I should be there at work. So that was one other thing that discouraged me from speech therapy as well. So yeah, that's also another reason that I stopped going as well. But anyway, it's okay. But because of that experience of going to speech therapy, I really did learn though to try and think more positively about my stutter, and try to do other things that have helped me just to feel better about myself regarding stuttering, and just think of certain ways to increase my confidence and just really feel good about myself, and then in turn help me feel better about my stuttering as well. Leave down in the comments below what your experience with speech therapy was and how it went. Please don't forget to hit the red subscribe button below. I will see you in my next video. Bye!